25, Jim. We're going to our television match. Our feature is Trent Goodale, undefeated, defending state champion from Osage, coached by Brent Jennings, Michael Billings from Clear Lake. And then in 1A, Chris Thayer, Jeremy Johnson, and in 3A, Chad Thayer-Johnson from Muscatine, and Jeremy Meyer from Newton.
Well, Trent Goodale is one of the feature fellas here going for his third state title here. These two wrestlers have wrestled 12 times in the last 3 years, so it's one of those situations where Billings is looking for, has probably earned a little bit of respect over that process, probably by tightening up the scores. So talked to Coach Gary Weber from Clear Lake, and they know they got their hands full out here with Goodale, particularly with his confidence he's been here before. But
well, that puts a record into perspective with Michael Billings being 30-5, and this year 4 of those losses coming to Goodale. So you can see that he just lives in the same area, and there's Goodale, 2 points. Takedown, 2-0 already. You're looking at 1A and 3A. 1A, Chris Thayer from Odebolt Arthur, Jeremy Johnson from Clarksville, and 3A, Chad Thayer-Johnson from Muscatine, Jeremy Meyer from Newton.
Well, that's one of the disadvantages of living in north central Iowa. When you're a wrestler, you live close to Osage. So, great following here. They filled up 2.5, 3 sections. I remember commenting they had 2 wrestlers down here 2 years ago, and they had 3 sections filled. They love their wrestling in north central Iowa, and particularly in Osage.
And they're easy to spot, too, with the green. And you're right. They stand out, and they're loyal. Goodale on top. Less than a minute left in the first period. Goodale leads 2-0. Early takedown gave him that lead. In 1A, the score is 2-0 in favor of Chris Thayer over Jeremy Johnson. And in 3A, it's still scoreless with 35 seconds left in the first period between Thayer-Johnson and Meyer.
So look at Goodale. He does a lot of work with the inside wrist. Now he's got a 2-on-1.
And he can pin, too, can he?
Yes, he can. He's real strong. I mean, look at the size of his legs, and he's certainly got a college build.
Kind of has that Schwab look. The Schwab's a coach from Osage, and
something good in the water in Osage, I suppose. They've built very strong athletes there. So I know they work at it. Spend a lot of time in the off season in the weight room and during the season.
Green, your choice. Green.
First period ends. After that early takedown, Goodale rode Billings out and now chooses down to begin the second period.
Top cover.
See what kind of move Goodale has here.
Well, coaches are they're impressed with Billings' scrambling ability. He's going to have to do that.
Over.
Oh, there's a chance.
Oh, wow.
Almost got it.
No points for back points, and Goodale gets a reversal. Scores 4-0 now early in the second period.
Look at the switch attempt here by Goodale, and then Billings just steps right over it. Right, in good shape, gets a 1 count, but at that point, Goodale just explodes back and gets the reversal and comes out the back door.
Goes back to that controlling ride. And like we said, it's not just that Goodale doesn't just sit around. He looks for the opportunity to put you on his back. Goodale coached by Brent Jennings. And Billings coached by Gary Weber. There's the team standings. Emmetsburg, Armstrong, Ringstead way out in front. Davenport Assumption, one of the great teams of the last decade. 92 points in second place. South Tama has an edge on Osage right now. Osage, Goodale would, if he pins, that would put him in third place, Jim. That would put him at 78.5.
Right.
And so
South Tama has had a good showing here the last couple of years. Paul Bradley, their feature wrestler at 171, has already signed and committed to go to the University of Iowa. So, a good wrestling program. So you've got Goodale here. The referee's going to get on him here because he's just riding the wrist. There's Coach Gary Weber.
Yeah, Gary Weber.
Cover.
In Clear Lake. 19 years as a head coach, 13 at Clear Lake.
You see what that stall warning did. It forced Goodale to put the leg in, get a little more aggressive on top, and he's the benefit for it. So I like the fact that was a well-planned stall warning because it forced the wrestler to get more aggressive, and now we're seeing more back points.
We were talking about a lot of Iowa young men staying in the state and coaching. Gary Weber's an example of someone that came from out of state. He was a New York prep wrestler and came to Upper Iowa College and stayed in the great state of Iowa. And so Upper Iowa, another Iowa Conference school, putting out a top-notch coach. There's Goodale looking to put them in third place, Jim.
Oh, he almost has the cradle locked up there. He does have it locked up. He's going to get back points. Now he's going to settle back. It's a question of whether he has enough room to work, and the referee's going to call it off, actually because the period ended. So it's an 8-0 score.
It's your choice.
He's going to get bonus points here for his team.
In 1A, Jeremy Johnson trails Chris Thayer 4-2. It's Thayer out in front 4-2 with 33 seconds left in the second period. And in 3A, scores 1-0 in favor of Jeremy Meyer over Chad Czerwiec. Meyer from Newton, Czerwiec from Muscatine.
We got blood someplace.
Well, that looks awful familiar there. Osage Green Devil snapping a guy down and spinning around. Wow, the Schwab brothers.
We got a little blood there and a little timeout, and so we'll just take a look at what's going on at these others. And again, with 15 seconds left in the second period, Thayer leads Johnson. Thayer from Otoboto Arthur, Johnson from Clarksville. And in 3A, it's 3-0 now. Jeremy Meyer out front, the Newton wrestler out front of the Muscatine, Chad Czerwiec.
Set, freeze.
Red Green fans, find out how you might win a chance to be in Red's new movie and help us beat Utah to win our 5th straight championship as best fans in America. Join us Saturday, March 3rd when Ranger Gord and Winston Rothschild are here to live for Red Green's Iowans. On March 10th, as Micah Hammer presents Red Green Big Screen. And I watch Red Green.
Well, you're a big,
I like Red Green.
Yeah.
It's funny. Beat Saturday Night Live.
Minute 20 left in the third period. Goodale out in front, 10-0. Goodale on top there.
Same way.
Coming back on. 3-2 now. Czerwiec has closed the gap. He lets Jeremy Meyer up, and it's 4-2 with 27 seconds left in 3A. The Muscatine wrestler trying to give the Muskies a state champion.
Trent Goodale, just to see how physical he is, he just stuffs the head. I like that technique there he used. Just stuffed the head, spun around behind, keeps the weight on his toes.
Czerwiec does get the takedown up there.
So it's 12-1 score with Trent Goodale.
But he wasn't able to keep him down, and the winner there, Bill Reed's Jeremy Meyer, wins it for Newton over the Muscatine wrestler Chad Czerwiec. Goodale in great shape, 12-1, 35 seconds left in the match.
He's just tough. I mean, he must have one heck of a grip because he's owned Billings' left wrist at this stage.
But it's not going to be enough for them to overtake South Tama for third place. They're going to come up a point or so short.
South Tama brought a full complement of wrestlers to the tournament this year. So 17 seconds left in the third. Trent Goodale, that amount of time away from his third state title. Good, solid, tight waist ride. You know, and this is a young man that came awful close to winning 4 also. His freshman year at 103, finished second.
There's the three-timer right there. Kind of workmanlike fashion. He acknowledges his fans. 3 times he has been able to do that. There you have him. Goodale from Osage, the winner at 125 pounds in 2A, winning 12-1. 5th time that he's beaten Billings this year. And Billings doesn't have anything to hang his head about. We're at 1A now, and that's Thayer ahead and winning over Jeremy Johnson, 7-2. Otoboto Arthur athlete, Chris Thayer, finishes 42-0 for a state championship. Now let's go to the awards.
At the east end of the auditorium.
Just a few minutes ago at 125 pounds in single A, the defending champion closed out his high school career, Chris Thayer, decisioning Jeremy Johnson of Clarksville 7-2. 18-year-old senior Chris Thayer is the new champion at 125 pounds in single A.
Thank you, Dean, and we're still hearing the
Against Jeremy Meyer, also a sophomore from Newton. It was a scoreless first period, a scoreless second period. Then in third period, it all opened up as there was escapes and takedowns, but with 10 seconds left, Jeremy Meyer of Newton gets the escape and the win, 5-4. So he's your state champion in 3A at 125 pounds.
Thank you, Joe. Happy Coach Bill Reed. And now the 3A awards.
Presenting the Class 1A 125-pound awards, Coach Al Schmidt of Oldeboat Arthur. Sixth place, Jeff Kuehl, Logan Magnolia. Fifth place, Joe Frank, East Buchanan Winthrop. Fourth place, Luke Ryland, Eagle Grove. Third place, Dustin Hinchberger, Belle Plaine. Runner-up, Jeremy Johnson, Clarksville. And the Class 1A 125-pound state champion from Oldeboat Arthur, Chris Thayer.
Let's go to Dean Borg.
In Class A at 130 pounds,
Presenting the Class 2A 125-pound awards, Coach Brent Jennings of Osage. Sixth place, Mitch Zimolik, South Tama County. Fifth place, Ruben Chavez, West Liberty. Fourth place, Willie Harris, Preston. Third place, Maury Noonan, Emmitsburg Armstrong Ringstead. Runner-up, Michael Billings, Clear Lake. And the Class 2A 125-pound champion from Osage, Trent Goodale.
Let's go to the 3A awards.
Presenting the Class 3A 125-pound awards, Coach Bill Reed of Newton. Sixth place, Ty Edwards, Iowa City West. Fifth place, Jared George, Boone. Fourth place, Ben Moss, Lewis Central. Third place, Zach Paulson, Cedar Rapids Kennedy. Runner-up, Chad Zerwick, Muscatine. And the 125-pound state champion from Newton, Jeremy Meyer.